Hello there. Hello, my name is Teacher Mickey. What's your name?
My name's Ivanka.
Nice to meet you, Ivanka. Who gave you that cool name?
My dad?
Your dad. Okay, so that's a very interesting name. So do you like your English name?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so now, how old are you?
I'm 8.
Okay, you're 8 years old. Since you're 8 years old, maybe you could tell me what's your favorite color and why do you like it?
My favorite color is purple because it looks nice, I guess.
Okay, it looks nice. Is there any like a deeper meaning behind the purple color that resonates with you or connects you with the purple?
Well, my friend's digital watch is purple, and I think that shade of purple just looks really nice. I like purple.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's really, really cool. And now, since your favorite color is purple, do you have any purple fruit that you really, really like?
Not really.
Not really. Well, I like grapes. I think they could be purple, like dark purple color. So I'm definitely a big fan of grapes. What's your favorite fruit?
My favorite fruit is like strawberries.
Okay. Do you grow them in China?
No, I do not. I don't even have a yard.
Okay, you don't have a yard. And do you have grandparents?
I have my grandpa, but my grandma, she's been through some stuff.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask anything more about it. I hope she's doing, well, that she's okay.
Thank you.
Wherever she is. Okay. So, for example, I'm at my grandma's house now. That's why I have this funny background. This is normally, I'm in her living room. And there is like a cat here. But it's a real cat, it's a toy cat. It's made of concrete.
Oh.
So that's a concrete cat behind my head. Okay, so do you like cats?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So what do you like about them? What's funny or interesting about cats?
Mostly because they look cute.
Okay, and I like cat because of their independency. They don't need anyone. They're not looking for affection and they're not looking for, play, and they're not extremely loyal to humans. They want humans to serve them, something like that. So they're independent. So that's what I like about cats, where on the other side, dogs are not as independent as cats. And do you like dogs?
I like dogs that do not look like they're straight from another world.
Okay, so yeah, I like dogs like maybe Siberian Husky. I like, let me think, Golden Retriever, Labrador, Cocker Spaniel. What other dogs do I like? I don't know. But there is like one, Samoyed. I like that dog so much. It's very, very beautiful. It looks like snow, and guess what? Likes cold weather. Okay, so what can you tell me about your best friend?
My best friend's name is Melody. She's 8.5 years old. She's almost 9. Her birthday is in March.
Hmm?
Like
March.
was
Okay,
it March?
that's cool.
Yeah, March. And she's my best friend, and she has a digital watch. I'm sorry if I said digital phone earlier, like something like this, but purple. And she's really good at playing piano, and she is a pretty strong woman.
Okay, that was cool of you to say. Okay, so the only thing that you and my friend share, that your friend and me share, is her birthday. I was also born in March. They say the March is the month of really cool people. I don't know. That's like a saying. And when were you born?
I was born in May.
Oh, wow, that's even better. Oh, my May is also literally my favorite month of the year. And do you have one? What is your favorite month?
My favorite month is also May, because May is like kind of like you can name somebody May, so that's what I like about May, other than autumn, because that's a season, not a month.
Cool, great. And I also like winter months. I like January, December, and February because there used to be a lot of snow in my country before, but now due to climate change, we don't see that much snow. So, and what about your city? Which province do you live in? Northern, northwestern, eastern, western, northwestern, southern.
North.
Okay, north of China. That could be Beijing. It could be, I don't know. That one that's really like in the. Oh yes, you are from Beijing. Okay. And can you tell me, have you ever heard about this word that we're going to talk about today? Weathering.
I don't really know about weathering. I know what weather is, but I don't know what weathering is.
Okay, can you tell me what the weather is?
The weather is like a kind of like maybe like when it's like a weather is like when like there's like different there's like kind of like climate change and stuff, like for example, winter is a weather, and cold and hot is a weather. Well, no, wait, winter is hot. And snowing is a weather, like any type of weather that comes from some weather TV show stuff.
Okay, so you're really, really close. So you say right, weather is rain, it's snow, it's hot summer days, it's floods. Those are all kinds of weather. So weather is basically how hot or cold the air in the clouds or atmosphere is. That's called weather. So you have weather and you have a noun, weathering, a different noun where weather is like the key word. So weathering is when that kind of weather, like wind, rain, snow, hot weather changes the nature. So what do you think? What changed this land to look like this? What made these canyons?
think it's like rain.
It's rain, and it's also the power of what?
It's also the power of kind of
So
like,
what is the name of this thing that flows
that's water.
between the canyons? That's water, and a lot of water in a linear or spherical shapes is called
rivers.
Rivers, that's right. So here an example, we have weathering, but we have the effects of weathering on rocks. So definition of weathering for rocks is that the breaking down of rocks into small pieces, either by rain, by hot weather, by snow, by ice, or by wind. So, but what is physical weathering?
Physical weathering is like, it's weathering, but it's like physical.
That's right. It's done by some kind of force, usually not natural. It could be human force. For example, when we break rocks for floors, for highways, for decoration, those rocks are broken with big, big machines. That would be called physical weathering. What is chemical weathering?
Chemical weathering is like weathering that is done with chemicals.
That's right. And do you know some chemicals that could damage or weather the stone or rock? Have you heard about acids?
What, essence?
So the word is this one, acid.
Oh, acid.
A-C-I-D. A-C-I-D. It's something very, very, very ugly. If it touches your skin, it can burn your skin. It can burn your teeth, everything. So acids are very, very, very dangerous chemical molecules or chemical compounds. Okay, now, there is, what is where do we plant strawberries? So what do we need to plant strawberries?
We need soil, sunlight, water, sometimes shade too. Unless like there's like no sun where you planted a plant or any other types of plants like trees or grass. They all need like sunlight, water, and soil, but some of them also need shade. Like, for example, potatoes need some shade, so if there's too much sunlight, they will rot.
Right, great job, Ivanka. So yeah, we were right. Weathering is a process of breaking down rocks by forces like wind, water, freezing water, tiny plant roots, so plants that constantly grow, like big pine trees, big redwood trees. Their roots are so big, so they can move and break the stone. So that's also called weathering by plants. And then we have a sub-concept. So the main concept or the head concept is weathering. And then we said there is a physical weathering, chemical weathering, water weathering, plant weathering. Okay, so physical, hit, split, or drilled. So look at this. This was caused by physical weathering. So basically, this is a desert. And what do we have in a desert?
We have rocks that look red, and we have holes on rocks, and we also have pretty weird looking rocks like this like this one in the background.
That's right. And they are all made of sand. We can have a sand dunes in deserts. So I'm gonna show you something. So let's say this red rock, and sand and wind constantly hit and hit and hit and hit and hit and hit this rock until they break it. So the strong force of wind will push it, and this piece of rock will collapse. And then you'll have a hole in there. And we also call this a mountain door. They're called mountain doors.
Oh.
Yes, really cool thing. Now, how water and ice break rocks. Look at this. So this is a weathering caused by ice and water. This usually happens in the high altitudes, like very, very, very big mountains. They have freezing temperatures almost every time, almost all time in the year. So basically, when the snow melts, it gets into the cracks in the stones. When, for example, November, December come, the water freezes and it stays frozen like that. And do you know what happens when water freezes? It goes from this to this.
It kind of like it cracks more. Like maybe before it was like
That's right.
this, and then it was like this.
That's right. So we know that when ice starts to form, when water freezes, it expands. It tries to, it goes on all directions and moves very, very fast. It's a chemical reaction. So water freezing is a chemical reaction because molecules are moving really, really, really fast and crazy. They expand. They push the rock to the sides, and that's how ice breaks the rocks. And that usually happens. The rocks collapse when the ice melts in May or June or late April in the mountains. Okay, have you ever frozen a bottle of water, plastic bottle of water?
I didn't do that, but once I so that was when I was 3. I'm also 8.5 years old, just as my friend Melody. But I did that like 5 years ago, I'm pretty sure. So I put water in something that is definitely not a plastic bottle, and so I put water in it, and then I would put it in the freezer, and then I would get animal-shaped ice blocks, or it was just normal ice blocks. I don't remember because I was too young. So I played with these ice sculptures or blocks, and then on the next day they all turned into a glass of liquid. So I had to do the same thing all over again, but I never really put ice in like an empty bottle because I think the ice would probably like stick to it without coming off.
That's right. And especially if the bottle is closed, you will see how bottle goes from this to this. It's gonna change its shape. It's gonna be like this. And that's what we were talking about here. The water, when it freezes, it expands. It moves it out of its boundaries. So sometimes you will see cracks in the plastic bottle. If it's made of recycled plastic, they're going to crack. And this is a weathering caused by plant roots. So just looking at the picture, could you tell me what happens when we have plant weathering? Or weathering caused by plants? What happened to this rock?
This rock was split into half.
It was split into half. That's right. And why?
Because of the root that has like a very strong force. Like think of this.
That's right.
Like like a really strong, like a really strong chainsaw that is being held by a person, like one of those things that can chop its way through rocks. So it just like chops in and in and in until it splits the rock into half.
That's right, Ivanka. Great job. Okay, so it would be varying caused by plant roots. The roots are very strong. They just push and push and push. And why do they do that? What do you think? Why do roots always go deep? And what are they looking for?
They're looking for water inside soil, like under
That's
all
right.
this thick soil.
That's right. They're constantly looking for water. And what else do trees need besides water?
They also need a very big space, or else their sunlight might get stolen by another tree, like the other tree is a burglar kind of thing. So, and it also needs like a lot of sunlight so that it can like keep its whole structure and every single leaf all healthy and neat until winter, because then the leaves will fall.
That's right, Ivanka. And now we have a description of how wind breaks rocks. I mean, we talked about it. There are two things that break rocks in the deserts. So number one is
like probably wind.
That's right. And what does the wind pick up when it moves all around the place?
I guess it can pick up sand if you say like it's in the desert.
And is sand soft or sharp?
Sand is like if you say a lot of sand, it's usually like kind of soft. But if you say like a little dot, like a single sand like this, then it will still turn a very hard surface into many holes if it just goes back and forth really fastly.
That's right. And do you know what do we make from sand? What is it? Which mineral can we find in sand?
We can find like tiny. We can find like
tiny pieces of
metal.
Of this. Yeah, but it's usually made of this.
Glass.
That's right. So we create glass by cooking sand. We clean and wash the sand, and you will see like tiny translucent or see-through pieces that we call glass or silicone. And that's how we make glass.
Oh.
Okay. And here's a chemical weathering. So I have a question for you. Which mineral or chemical element is the most prone to chemical weathering? Which metal turns into this? Something orange like this.
Like metal.
That's right, metal or iron. So when if we don't paint the iron, The oxygen, the air, will constantly touch and react with iron. And the reaction between iron and air causes rust. So this is this orange thing. Okay, so Ivanka, that's it for today. We are done with our first lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we see us again soon. Okay, bye bye, Ivanka.